We're going to be back talking about them next spring. This is here to stay. This extreme weather is part and parcel of our lives now.
So the financial support approach, do you believe that that is the right approach?
In the short term, of course, you have to help people out of an extreme situation. But I think we also need to put our thinking caps on and do some strategic planning, because I think we need to seriously think, for example, about the stocking levels that we have in Ireland as to, are we carrying more beef and dairy cattle than our land can tolerate? If, for example, the land, as one of the panel said, animals haven't been able to get onto the land since last September, and we're now into April, right? That whole grass-based system is under threat because that machinery can't get on to take silage because it's too wet.
So what do you do? What do you do about that? You're saying reduce the livestock.
I think what we need to look at is, what is a resilient agricultural model in Ireland?
Road of before we used to outwinter cattle, now they're inside in sheds, we have slatted sheds, we have pollution control. We're doing everything right from a farming point of view. Our farmers are doing everything they can, but what they need is a minister to listen, a minister to understand, and not to say to Timmy Dooley or anybody else who's working very diligently on this subject, not to be saying we're monitoring the situation. That's not going to help any farmer in Ireland monitoring it. That would actually drive them mad to hear that type of response.
Stella, tell us actually about what farmers are saying. One, about their current, livelihood as they stand right now. But like, when we look at, I suppose, our reliance on beef farming and other forms of farming that are, heavy impact on the ground, and whether they see a need to adapt because of the changing climate.
To be fair to the farming community, my experience, working with farmers every day and kind of talking to them and interviewing them, I really genuinely have not met a farmer yet who has been a so-called, do they call it a climate denier or something? I genuinely haven't met anyone like that. I think, to be honest, a farmer will oftentimes tell me a lot more about the environment, particularly in their local area, than I would ever know myself, because they've been monitoring it, I suppose, over years and generations. So I do think that they're very much willing to change and adapt. Farmers are smart. They understand that their future is based on being sustainable. You have to have a sustainable industry, and it won't be there if we decimate the climate. So they're smart, and they want to ensure that there's longevity and sustainability there as well.
I'm thinking of Ireland's reputation around and the unique selling point of our beef being the grass-fed beef. Is that at stake here if we have a situation where, cattle are in sheds instead?
It's not ideal. Other countries obviously house cattle, and that has been our unique selling point. Bord Bia has gone to pains to make sure that the produce that comes out of Ireland is on premium markets, premium beef, premium dairy products.